everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time doing another Halloween film review, and this one is on Cloverfield. Now, as you know, Cloverfield is a 2008 American monster film that was directed by Matt Reeves and produced by J.J. Abrams, known for working on the Star Wars sequels as well as Super 8. Now, the film itself is mostly meant to be something like a found footage film, and I do have a bit of a theory that this movie was done as an attempt to cash in on the success of Paranormal Activity. Now, the premise of the film is mostly about Rob, who is basically a guy who's been given this farewell party, as well as Melina, who is basically a party goer and meant to be Hud's love interest. Lily, who is kind of like Ben's brother's fiance, and you've got Jason, who is kind of the brother character, and pretty much you have T.J. Miller, known for voicing in Gravity Falls, Yogi Bear, as well as Get Him to the Greek, is meant to play Hud. So pretty much Hud is kind of like the cameraman. And again, much like most found footage films, everything starts off fine, happy-go-lucky, we see the party going well, something's going wrong, and so on. Until one moment at the farewell party, hope for Ben, is when the power goes out and things really start to get out of control. We're kind of seeing how an enormous creature called Clover is terrorizing the city, and we see how these friends come together to survive the destruction. As well, we're seeing one by one them slowly being picked off like flies. And throughout it, we kind of see how Hudson's joking around, trying to be there for Melina, Marina being kind of the exposable character, Jason being the first to kill it off, Lily just added in there, and kind of Ben trying to go and look for his girlfriend. And we kind of see how the creature is able to have these little mini creatures, and it's sort of implied that they sort of lay eggs or kind of cause the people to explode. And we kind of see how everyone is trying to survive, and we kind of see how, everyone is basically panicking, trying to get out of the city alive. Now, the problem with found footage films, they tend to get a little bit silly, and I do think the film does feel like you expect these characters to survive, but much like Paranormal Activity and The Devil's Insides, it's not gonna happen, and you know this full well. And also as well is that the film has been parodied so many times by South Park with the guinea pigs, also by the Cartoon Network show Mad with the kind of Clifford the big red dog. And even Ultimate Spider-Man did this when Mary Jane was filming the Hulk and Spider-Man while battling one of Hulk's electrified villains. And also as well is that there were two other sequels that came out in the woodwork. And the end credits had a line saying "Help us," but when played in reverse, it says "It still lives," obviously showing that they were building up to a bigger sequel, which never happened. And given the fact this came out in January the 18th, 2008, you can kind of tell the old crappy 2000 3D effects, and it really, really shows. Again, I think with the specs, they do try to make it jam-packed, but really, it feels like you're watching Aliens mixed with Paranormal Activity. And yeah, there were two other sequels, 10 Cloverfield Lane and the Cloverfield Paradox. So I think it's a shame that the film does feel a bit lackluster. It's obviously another Paranormal Activity copycat, and despite the good reviews, it's a bit of a hit and miss. So in general, Cloverfield released itself out from the world, and Inside left a bit of a lackluster. So I think it deserves a thumbs in the middle. Kind of alright, kind of okay, but really was a hit and miss. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.